we go.
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
Nah, random cards. What I like to do when I'm bored is look at random cards on Magic the Gathering on Scryfall.
Hello, crafters. I'm Big D.
I'm also here.
This is Slan.
I love ruining intros. It makes me happy.
Well, you know, that's apparent. And tonight's show is brought to you by Squats! Oh my God! We got Squats!
We got dwarves in
We
the
got
game.
Squats are back! The League of Voltan. Fucking Squats!
I don't know anything about them, so I get the feeling we're going to talk about them a lot today.
They're dwarves!
I know that.
They're awesome!
Apparently they have pain trains?
Oh my God.
I'm really hoping that you can
Yes.
really just ram it through a unit and have it deal mortal wounds to anything it touches.
Yeah, it probably will if they do it like they do like the other big things. They can just run over units because it's basically a train made of tanks.
It's awesome.
It's just like, ah! And they have drills that go underground.
Hell yeah.
And then they pop up and a cannon comes out and shoots artillery and then goes back underground again.
That's amazing.
Oh my God, Squats! They're back!
The phalanx has entered high orbit.
And you know what? Squat cannons will knock that shit out of orbit. Oh
Please tell
shit!
me they don't have orbital strikes.
Squats! Oh my God!
Okay.
Oh!
All right. Why? What's so great about squads?
What is great about Squats?
Well, let's pick either mechanically or in terms of lore first.
Okay, let's start about lore.
Okay.
So Squats are technically an abhuman race. They were at one point humans,
Oh, like Ogren.
Yeah.
Okay.
like Ogrins and Ratlings and Beastmen. Basically, they were abhumans that were sent out to colonize high gravity worlds for mining.
Oh, it's kind of like the Ogren.
Ogrin were meant for just pure labor.
Oh.
These were actually colonists, so they're smart people, and they went out. They're one of the earliest that went out, actually. That's the thing. They were modified to survive the rigors of space, and they were modified to go out there and bring races back to Terra.
Oh.
And then then the dark age of technology and everything bad happened. And basically the Imperium, the warp storms went nuts, and Earth was sealed off.
And they were just kind of left to.
And they were left in their
survive.
area, and they had the ability to travel between their different planets.
How?
Because they were in an area where they were kind of protected by bunches of nebulas.
Oh, so they weren't affected by the warp storms.
Right, because they couldn't leave their area,
Sure.
but they could go in between all the different worlds in their area.
Using standard FTL travel.
Yes,
Okay.
except
Or did they use warp?
they use old technology.
Oh, so sub FTL.
No, they use real FTL, not warp technology. That's the difference. They're actually higher tech than Terra is in a bunch of ways.
Oh.
They've got technology from before the dark age of technology.
Ooh.
When,
Spicy.
Because after everything got locked down by the warp storms, Earth devolved like a lot and turned into this horrible anarchy. And the League went, well, we're cut off from Earth. Fine. We'll govern ourselves.
Yeah.
And
As
so
would any normal
and
person.
so
No, it's just spell it the first way. Secondly, Frost and Fist is wondering how we're doing. I was granted the ration of a single tortilla granted to me by the Craft Dragon, for which I'm very grateful. And
if you had wanted chicken or anything else, you could add with it.
I'll have some later. Thank you.
We had chicken tacos tonight because
Yeah.
Taco Tuesday is a thing. And
also, I kind of just like
Big Daddy D is back on the keto train. So I had lettuce and meat and sour cream and cheese. Yeah, so I'm back on the train. That's why I'm having alcohol. It's with seltzer. Very, very little sugar.
Definitely not because I bought it for like
$2.
Well, no, you
don't understand. If I hadn't been having this, I'd be having.
Don't say Fleischmann's.
No.
Okay.
Jameson's. I love Jameson's.
It's not Fleischmann's. Jameson's. It's not Fleischmann's. Oh, no. Hey, Mitchell.
Hey, Mitchell. What's going on? So, So,
so they started governing themselves,
and basically,
then
well, here's
they
the whole
just
thing.
kind of got good.
Well, here's the whole thing. No, their technology never regressed. So
okay. So
they just kind of kept working on stuff because they were meant to survive in space.
Yeah.
So they weren't hindered in any way. So they were smart.
Yeah.
And
they weren't
because they
like
didn't
the rest
get
of humanity.
Right, and because they didn't fall in a couple different ways, and they didn't turn all what's the word I'm looking for? Supernaturally and what do you call it?
They didn't get psychers.
No, they got psychers. They have psychers. No, they don't get all they don't have lots of like religious crap that holds them back anymore.
Oh.
They're like, okay, so technology. Well, this doesn't work good enough. Let's make it better.
Yeah.
And there's no
there were no like, oh, but tradition, like, oh,
no.
but the omnicide. It's like, nah, it sucks. We can make it better.
We can make it better.
Make it better. Fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. And that's their whole thing. So they're making it better. So that's one of the ways, although they will ally with the Imperium, they are not members of the Imperium.
Respect it.
They're humans, abhumans, but they won't call themselves. They call themselves kin. Yeah. Squats are actually the word that when you call them squats, that's actually like
offensive.
It's offensive for them because that's what the Necromunda gangs call them, the squats. They call themselves kin, and they are the League of Oldston. And basically, they're a bunch of merchant leagues that have like different houses, like traditional fantasy dwarves. They have all these different houses, leagues, and they have treaties, and they do trade, and they sell technology, and they buy technology, and they trade in technology. Hey, G, what's up, my man?
He's got to go, but it's okay.
Hey, well, he's on the other side of the planet. He's coming by to say hi, at least. I appreciate that.
Which side?
The southern western side.
Yours returning?
Yeah.
Like Brazil?
Hey!
South Australia. That's the eastern continent. Or eastern...
No, it's west from us.
Eastern hemisphere.
It's west from us.
No.
It's west from us. It's closer if you go west.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's closer if you travel west from here.
So it's west from us. Well, it only matters where we are.
Isn't that where GW got inspiration for the Tyranid race by observing Australian wildlife? I'm sorry. I'm sure you heard it like a billion times, but it's still funny.
That's also where they came up with Necromunda from, because have you ever seen Australia? We're going to take a really horrible place and put a bunch of horrible people there and see what happens. Hey, we get G!
I'm sure you're a great person. Sorry.
Oh, no,
Australia jokes are always funny to me.
G's awesome. And that's the funniest thing. Three of the funniest guys I know are all from Australia. We got G, we got Weather Pig.
Shut up, Commodore. Look, man. I'm an American. I don't have to know geography.
And then we have...
That's what the American educational system has taught me.
Although we have the recently shorn, but Australian Jesus. No, he's not. She's like, Australian Jesus. Let me come say hello to Australian Jesus. So we're really good. I mean, I'm like hyped. I'm super hyped.
Wait. No, we're not done with the lore yet.
Okay. Shut up. Oh yeah, no.
So the warp storms must have eventually died down,
and they shut
strife ended or whatever.
The Earth strife, and they showed up, and the door's like, cool. How you doing? Now it's our land. How about the God Emperor? Nah, we heard of him. He's not our boss. We answer to the Council of Thanes. And so they have a tenuous alliance with the Imperium.
It's like, look, you guys are cool.
We have the same.
But I swear to God, you open my fridge and take food out, you're fucking dead.
Yeah, this is our place. And dude, why y'all like? Oh wow. What do you mean you guys don't like AIs? We got Men of Iron right over here. We've been using them for years.
Yeah, they're great. You want to see them?
Yeah, no.
Do not if you blow it up, dude. I swear to fucking God.
So, yeah, they have Men of Iron, and it has been suggested that they are related to, or one of their offshoots is another spacefaring race that was briefly seen in in Warhammer Battlefleet Gothic, which is their Starship combat game.
Ooh.
And they're the guys.
Can you play Tyranids in the Starship Gothic?
Oh yeah, you can. It's
Fuck
great.
yeah!
They're giant living ships. They're wonderful.
Sounds awesome.
But the cool thing about it is they're the guys that met with the Tau and went, oh, by the way, this is faster than light travel. Now you guys can go from planet to planet. Oh, and Ion
did that?
They're described as dwarf-like beings. They also went, hey, those ion cannons are kind of cool. Here's us fixing them now. They're better. You can use them now. Oh, and stop using these plasma things that keep overloading. There you go.
Just imagine just like
yeah,
an Inquisitor being like, "Did you guys?"
So
fucking.
That's the thing.
Like, if you want to be allied with us or not, you don't ask fucking question.
And that's the whole thing. They're like, we traded with them.
Yeah,
we traded with them. That's the way it is.
Tau, they're cool people.
I
heard the greater good.
No, whatever. We don't care about that. They have the greater cash. because
are they just capitalists?
Yeah.
Oh,
they're like super capitalists.
Now I hate them.
well, I mean, that's the whole thing. It's like, what do we want? We want resources. Why do we want resources? Because resources let us make stuff.
Man, we want to make cooler shit.
And why do we want to make cooler stuff? So we can get more resources.
Mm-hmm.
Well, why do we want to make more resources? So we can make cooler stuff. Basically, yeah, diggy hole,
every
digging a hole.
Every other MMORPG in existence.
Yeah. Now we'll get to the point here. The way they were written out of the lore at the end of the 90s, early 2000s, was that Hive Fleet.
No.
Actually, I want to say it's Behemoth came through their area and literally ate all of their homeworlds.
I'm sorry.
And that was the thing. They supposedly that's where they got rid of them.
Actually,
and it became a term in GW lore as squatting somebody. Or basically, we're not going to produce any more models or any more lore, or any more numbers. They don't exist anymore. They've been squatted.
So the rumor mill is that they're coming back.
Not rumor mill. We saw the model.
Well, okay, fine. Yes, it's coming back.
It's coming back.
It's definitely not April Fool's joke, which is
that was the hilarious thing. So
good job, GW.
So that was
don't fuck with us, please.
So that's the whole thing. There supposedly. After that, it was rumored, and it's been rumored in a couple of books, that basically there's a few that have been in a couple of hive worlds all over the place, but the rest of the League of Votann are basically a ship-bound race. They're on these massive ships.
Kind of like the Craft World with the Eldar.
Yeah, like Craft World-like ships. And they just travel, taking resources where they go. And trying to find a new homeworld or whatever. We'll find out we'll find out when we get their lore, what their full lore is now, because it could be changed.
But the reason they survived is because a bunch of them were on ships. Ships.
Well, that's the whole thing. They designed like
Craft Worlds.
The best. After the Eldar, they have the best ships in.
So what I'm hearing is the squads are like the German engineering
exactly.
Fuck yeah. So we can expect some very cool and probably extremely quirky stuff coming from their codex.
Well,
the actual mechanics.
What we saw from the one model, it was very interesting because it was a bolter front end of the gun that he's carrying, but it's got a melta canister on it. So it's like, what is that? It's like a melta bolter? What does that mean? It doesn't have.
We named it something fucking smart. It's called the melter, you idiot.
So it's a melter canister on a bolter. So there's interesting.
Strength 14, AP 5D1.
What it'll probably be, honestly, my thought is what it's going to be. Instead of being a range 12 melta, like a range 12 melta with one shot, it'll be like an 18-inch 2-shot assault melta, maybe down a strength or two, but to give it 18 inches of range. The other thing about them is that they show that they've got power armor or semi-power armor, like they've got what's called carapace armor in the role-playing version of the game, where it's like it's a solid chest piece and a waist guard and a big backpack with power on it, but the legs are all free. Now, the thing about the lore with them is that they're known for fast assault troops.
Oh God!
Because they come on foot. When they come on foot, they kind of swarm things, but they're short and slow. Yeah, they're slow when they walk, but they're known for things like motorcycles, trikes,
Dude, okay.
Assault vehicles.
I just have a personal vendetta against the whole idea of bikes in GW. It just seems like the dumbest fucking thing.
Except it is kind of dumb, and that's why the squats look great on it, because the squats, they don't have like little trikes.
But like the squats, it makes sense. You see, they're fucking short and they don't run very fast. Like, okay, yeah, you put them on a bike because that's their literally greatest weakness, and it can make sense. Put a custodian on a bicycle, and it's like dad bought you a bike when you were 12, and it's how it feels to me. I mean, I get it, and I fully expect some interesting comments, but like I just do not care for it in the slightest. It just feels so dumb.
Oh, those jet bikes, though.
Well, I know, I get it. They're powerful and they're extremely useful.
And nobody has jet bikes other than the custodians.
Yeah, so Dad is really rich.
Yeah, Dad's really rich. That's why we walk around in gold. Look at me. I love gold!
I just don't like it.
You see, and the doors will be much more, the league will be much more form of function. What's up, Kender?
Who, me? Yeah, I'll be there tomorrow. I can take the front. It's no big deal. And if you can't come in, you can't come in. Like
the Kender.
I like to make sure I'm not putting something in a bad position.
No, I can handle customers. That's not a big deal.
So here's the thing. Some of you who know the Kender from earlier shows, Kender is quite ill with an upper respiratory, not COVID, but an upper respiratory. Slyn here is a friend of the family. We also got him an interview, so he's working with the Kender where they work. So they're both peoples together. So anyhow, that's why we had the conversation there. No, we're live. Go to bed, you sick person here. So what I'm expecting to see from mechanics from this army, I'm expecting to see durable vehicles, lots of armored vehicles. Like, this would be a heavily mechanized army. And I mean, I want to see bikes. I want to see trikes and bikes and sidecars. I want to see the ancient psyker sitting in the sidecar on the bike so they can run up and do their psyker things and run away. I want to see the pain train. I want to see... what I'd like to see is them do the train so that when you buy it, you know, it's probably like an expensive model. It's like buying a freaking Baneblade or something, or a Knight, but you get like 3 or 4 cars of the train, and you can buy additional kits and put more cars on your train, recognizing that, you know, the train could take X amount of damage or that type of thing. I'd like to see them replace and bring back a modern take on the mobile squat fortress, which, if nobody is familiar with that, it only appeared in Epic. But now that they have Knights and they have Baneblades and they have things that size, the mobile fortress would work. But you're talking about a vehicle with a footprint the size of a blade, probably as tall as a Knight, bristling with cannons, and ability to put squats in squad formations. I don't want the cats. I'm talking. Eat your food. You don't want to punt. So we were talking about vehicles.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm expecting the league to have lots of armored vehicles.
If they don't have a bunch of really cool dedicated transports, I'm pissed off.
Well,
or at least like modifiable ones.
Well,
like
here's the funny thing.
Faster, slower,
well, here's the funny thing. Back in the old days, now keep in mind, the squats are one of the really earliest armies, and they're old, and they were very different back then. Like, back in the old days, when they first introduced vehicles, keep in mind, vehicles weren't part of this game to begin. Vehicles didn't show up until a couple years into the game's playability. The Marines got the Rhino and the Predator, which is the Rhino variant. That's basically a tank version of the Rhino.
Okay.
The Imperial Guard got the Lehman Russ and the Hydra. Or not the Hydra, the Chimera.
Mm. Isn't the Lehman Russ like a Primarch or something?
It's named for him.
Oh.
Because among the Guard, Lehman Russ loves the Guard.
Space chopper motorcycle.
Yes, I actually have models of them. I can show them to you at some point. Yes. Picture like 60s biker choppers.
Hell yeah.
With doors. And they have a sidecar. And usually the guy in the sidecar has like a gun on a pintle, or they put an ancient in the sidecar. So they have an old dude wrapped up in blankets, and he's a psyker.
Get me close to the bad guys. You sure about that, old man? You fucking listen to me.
I'm in charge here.
There's gotta be really good. They just explode. Heads start exploding.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm so fucking good at this job.
They also have
the next one.
They also have assault vehicles, which were a chopper front end.
I'm okay.
It was a chopper front end, and then a platform in the back, and it had a guy up on top with like a multi-melta or a las cannon, and then another guy hanging off the side with a bolter or a heavy bolter.
All right, Mad Max.
So,
Wow.
no, they were very Mad Max.
Oh, that's why I heard reference about Gene Stealer cults being talked with the SWATs, because they both kind of have that
Well, that's the whole thing.
feel.
The
Mad Max looking.
The other kind of rumor, we'll get to that rumor in a minute. This is important. Remind me about the state of the Gene Stealer rumor. I'll tell you about this in a minute.
Okay.
But we're talking right now about the tech. So also in Epic, they had the Pain Train. They didn't actually call it the Pain Train, but everybody nicknamed it the Pain Train. It literally was a train. It was a train. It was 5 cars. It was an engine and 4 tanks that were all part of one big vehicle. Mm-hmm. And it would just rumble down the battlefield. And tanks firing every direction. It was the most ridiculous, beautiful thing ever. If you've seen the models of the termite drill, like the drill that goes underground and whatnot that uses as a transport, originally that was a squat vehicle. That was designed by the squats for the squats.
Hell yeah.
It was the one thing that survived of them because everybody wanted to use it. But the reason I bring up the Rhino and the Predator is that Marines use that and squats. So squats used to use the Rhino and the Predator. And then when they brought in the Sisters, they gave the Sisters the Rhino to use, and then their own variations of things like the Immolator and the Calliope of Death. I forget what that thing is called, but it's basically a giant pipe organ with missile launchers. It's a Rhino that's got a pipe organ, and when you play the pipe organ in the back, missiles come rocketing out of the pipe organ pipes in the back. It is the most ridiculous vehicle ever. I love it.
That's so silly.
It is.
Straight up.
Yes, and Gene Stealer cults used to have a limo model. Yes, they used to have a limo.
Hang 10.
Yes, it was very funny back in the day.
The rumor.
Now, the rumor about it is that the reason they did the way they talked about it is that the belief is that the first thing we're going to see of the squats, the League of Voltan, is going to be a Kill Team box. Now, Kill Team traditionally has, these different boards and different setups. Right now, all the boxes they've done so far have been external. Now, the later expansions in the first version of Kill Team had internal ship-to-ship maps as well.
Oh, okay.
Being that the Gene Stealers used to be in a game called Space Hulk, which was basically...
Did they eat denim in that game too?
They eat everything.
Okay. Not just the denim?
Just not just the denim.
What the hell? Oh, my lord. Go on. It's fine.
Anyhow. So they used to be in this game called Space Hulk, and that was where the Gene Stealers and the Terminators would fight off.
Mm.
But the Space Hulk looked very similar to the spot that they did when they introduced the League of Voltan. It looked, when they were first showing it, I'm like, are they bringing Space Hulk back? Because that's exactly what Space Hulk looked like. So the thought is they're going to be in a Kill Team box to start off with. It'll be squats versus Gene Stealers in a Kill Team setting that's going to look like Space Hulk. So it'll be in ship-to-ship combat internal ship running around hallways and doors and that. Those mechanics brought back.
That sounds really cute.
Yeah, it'll be really cool if that's what they're going to do. But I have heard that was from the very beginning. I've heard of the rumor of the squats, and this is why it pissed me off. I'll come back to why it pissed me off, but this is why it pissed me off because I've been hearing from the beginning that we were getting squats, but it was only going to be for kill team, and I'd heard some details about this kill team, and that was the rumor it was going to be a ship-based combat. So when we saw on April 1st the joke video, I was pissed. I was so pissed because I'm like, they seeded this whole squat rumor in there to try and find out who their leak is, because whoever it is that's been giving them the leaks for the last 3 years now has been doing a bang up job. I literally at one point was able to tell you when release dates were, like within a week, for like a good 9 months. I was like, oh, give it 2 weeks, it's coming out. I told you 2 weeks ago. Tyrion will be out probably early April. Goes on pre-sale this weekend.
Yeah, this weekend.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, Mitchell, if you're listening, it's not available on Saturday. It's available for pre-order on Saturday. It's an important distinction. You broke my heart.
So
anyhow,
so I was like, oh, they put this in there to catch their leaker, and then they did the video the next day, and I lost my damn mind.
He was like, by the way, it's actually fucking real.
Yeah. Lost my damn mind. Squats are real. So I've had to put my entire squad army that I've been holding and waiting to do next, put it all on hold. People know I've been talking about taking all these squats I have and turning it into a Gene Stealer Cults army. Basically use Gene Stealer Cults rules, but run them as squats. Hiding underground, freedom fighters. I have a whole bunch of the old squats.
So it's going to be squat models, but Gene Stealer rules?
Yeah, Gene Stealer rules.
Okay.
So like,
it functionally, everything is just like kid bashed on the table.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'd be using all official GW models.
Right. And it would be all real, but all a lie.
Yeah. It's like, it's Gene Stealer Cults. Like,
is it
like the
sure.
like the abominants were all going to be the squats and power armor. They had squats and Terminator armor of their own variation. I was going to have them in their Terminator armor as the abominants.
From what you've described, it feels like that it's going to be like a Terminator, like almost like, not quite like this, but almost like Crusher Stampede level of like, not a ton of units, or not a ton of models, but like some souped up fuckers.
It'll be lots of little guys supporting big, massive models.
All right, I like
that.
I
was talking earlier, one of the things I'm really looking forward to, I don't know if they'll make it. I would love to see them do it, but there was a figure that I used to have for squats for Epic called the Mobile Squat Fortress.
Ooh.
To think about it, it's literally take a Baneblade, which is the gigantic freaking tank. Okay, there's a tank where in-game, that's the footprint of the tank.
How do you move it?
You can push it. It runs things over.
Well, you can move terrain around?
Well, no, but, so...
we make it work.
We'll make it work.
We'll make it work.
So, that's the base, but it stands about this tall because it's a mobile fortress. So, it's got tank treads.
So, it's just a moving wall.
No, it's a fortress. So, it's got turrets with cannons and a giant cannon in the front here, and it's got parapets that the squads can sit on and shoot out. So it's literally this giant fortress, and they move it forward, and everything moves up with it. It moves forward, and it just takes ground and it holds the ground as it moves up. That was the whole thing with the fortress. And then there were other wonderful things the squads had, like their blimp. It's not really a blimp; it's a dirigible.
It's a Zeppelin.
Yes, metal-sided. But it was a Zeppelin. And it dropped bombs.
So basically the Hive Crone.
But
the Heartbeat.
But here's the funny thing about it. Now you have to understand scale. Okay. In Epic, your basic dudes are 6 millimeters. So take the size of a regular figure and divide it by 4. So instead of having like one base with one dude on it, you'd have a regular base and that has a squad of 5 dudes on it. That would be how big the regular dudes are. Okay? So you understand the size. The dirigible was about the size of one of these cans.
What, just that tall?
No. Long.
Oh, Lord.
I mean, the fortress itself is probably about as big as this light. I mean, it was probably the size of a deck of cards, and yeah,
That's too big.
yeah. So imagine that times 4. 4 of those long, 4 of them around.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's too many.
Well, that was the whole thing the squats did. They either got big or went home. All their stuff was either really huge or really small.
So basically, 40k Caradron. Oh my God,
Caradron.
Caradron.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I mean,
Also, hi Tina. Nice to see you.
hi, Tina. Yeah, I mean, if they do the squat fortress, it's like a Gargant. It's literally, it's like, it's, you know, the thing is, the reality is, if they actually did it, they would probably have to do it through Forge World because it'd be the size like a Reaver Titan or a little bigger because it's huge.
Boys.
Yeah, but I mean, the Pain Train. I mean, the Pain Train will be like 5 full size, like Space Marine current tanks, and lined up behind each other.
Does your printer have an error message? Or is
No, it finished printing what it was working on.
Oh,
I didn't
okay.
want to reset it
Oh, okay.
because I gotta print some
Biovores?
Biovores.
Somebody told me. Oh yeah, I want to talk about the last game that I had.
Okay.
Um,
So before we go any further, does
Sure.
anybody have any other questions about squats that I can potentially answer? Because if you hadn't known, okay, the faction that got me into 40K was the Space Wolves. I loved the squats.
don't they like drink their own gene seed as like a
No.
hazing ritual?
No, it's called Majad. And it's a wonderful drink.
Okay. It's definitely not gene seed.
No, it's not.
Oh,
It's
okay.
basically rocket fuel.
Okay, I thought TTS said it was gene seed.
I mean, TTS is a lot of silly things.
Yeah, true.
That's what TTS does.
That's TTS.
So yeah.
Nobody said anything.
So we'll move on.
Okay.
So you're telling me about your last game.
Yeah.
You talking about the Apocalypse game?
So no, not the Apocalypse game. I went to FACON recently. Saturday. And it was really fun. And I played against somebody. I can't remember their name.
What was the army that you're playing?
I was playing the same Apocalypse list.
I knew you were.
Okay, so it was a Chronos tendril of oh my God, of Tyranids. Essentially, you take a melee army and you say no it ain't, and you make it a shooty army, which is about as ass backwards as it can reasonably get.
Okay.
And it worked.
So you played 1,000 points of Tyranid.
1,000 points of Tyranids against 1,000 points of the Space Marine that was all about melee. They had a bunch of fallback and charge rules.
Were they red?
Yeah, sure. It was not chaos.
No, but that means it could have been Blood Angels.
Oh, sure.
Who was playing them? You don't know.
Can't remember. I'm too stupid. It was White Scars. It was White Scars.
Bunch of red. No, they're white with a little bit of red on them.
There
like-
was red.
they're-
Red was present.
He was there. Thank you. So you were playing against
Thank
White
you.
Scars.
Yeah. It went shockingly well. Almost entirely because my opponent couldn't roll to save his life.
Well, that will help.
Oh my God, he was missing like every other fucking shot. However, so I tabled him like towards like the end of turn. Well, like turn 4 was like it's happening, and I think round 5 I finished tabling him. No, it was definitely White Scars. I remember now. It was definitely White Scars. It was really fun. But I lost by 8 points because I basically forgot about secondaries.
So entrenched.
So I've learned it's like okay, maybe I should focus on that a little bit.
so entrenched in eating that biomass, you forgot that's not how you win the actual game.
To be fair, I got really close. 8 points is pretty good. All right.
You had an entire round with him not on the board.
Shut your fucking mouth. But also, Stranglehold was really hard to accomplish because, like, the top of like round 3, we like deleted one of the objective markers. Yeah, it was a mission that the objective markers would just like start deleting after a few rounds.
Yeah.
I think it was mission 1, 2.
That's fun.
Yeah, it was fucking weird. To focus on the biomass. Hell yeah. Hi, hobby time.
Oh my goodness, Heinrich Botha
Squats.
I know. I know we're talking about squats. You don't understand.
What?
Heinrich is my fellow squat brother. Heinrich, my man.
I thought you were Nurgle. I actually really like the idea that like you, Adrian, or I mean D, are Nurgle,
no.
And then your models are just like your children.
No,
I just like it as an idea.
Seen the beard? I'm a squad.
Okay. Also, you need to have like full-fledged multi-cell organisms in your belly actively trying to crawl out in order to be Nurgle.
It is so good to see you too, Heinrich. Heinrich is here.
Why do you think I got up?
Oh, you had to come and see Heinrich.
No hugs.
Hello, Heinrich.
Yay!
Mm-hmm.
Get your hugs.
So
Wild Heinrich has a
So Heinrich is our brother from South Africa. South Africa.
Far from Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Look at that. It's so good to see you, man. How have you been? We haven't talked in a long time.
What is your issue over
Cats
there?
are very
She's
aggressive.
always vocal.
No, that's mine.
I was just setting it there so I didn't stand on it.
Is it like a White Claw? Oh wait, you don't like them because you're weird.
They're disgusting.
You're a white woman. You have to like it. It is the
I'm not
law.
white, I'm clear, and they're disgusting.
You're clear?
Yes.
What the fuck does that mean?
You're too young.
If you shine a light behind her, you can count her ribs.
No,
Please
I'm
tell me
too
that's not
fat.
true.
I'm too fat for
This
that.
is not helping.
No, you are a squat veteran. I'm a trimmed squat because I have to be able to get my power armor on over this beard.
Why did your brother call you a butt munchkin?
Because that's what my brother's been calling me for, I don't know, 30, 40 years now.
Well, this is the first time I've heard it, and I've been with you for over 10.
I don't know.
Okay.
So yeah, dwarves are back, and we're all about them, Heinrich.
Sorry, I'm
So
just reading all of this.
yeah,
Oh, I thought you were watching on your phone.
No.
Why? Do you hate your husband?
no, she just listens to it and then may comment something, and then goes back to watching her
I was watching.
or reading your stories.
Actually, I
playing
was.
Sudoku. Nailed it. Nailed it.
So yes, I'm expecting.
And go commit Sudoku.
He always.
Thanks, Al.
You know,
Yeah, I know.
that's
Shot your mini budget right up in the butt. I can imagine. I mean, I'm already starting to save and put money aside now because the rumor I hear is that the Kill Team box is going to drop in September. We're going to see the actual Army box drop in October or early November, and then we're going to see the wave 1 of actual model releases coming in December, and then wave 2 in the end of January, beginning of February. So I'm getting that Kill Team box when it comes out, and I'm getting that Army box when it comes out. I will probably get 2 copies of that Army of the Kill Team box because, you know, it'll have 2 sets of squats, and
You can give me the Gene Stealers.
I'm not going to give them to you, but I might split it with you.
Deal. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. Gene Stealers. Well, the thing is, you can only have 10 in a unit because they're elites now with 9th edition. So they're not quite nearly as useful as they were. However, they are.
Yeah, you're with me on the double box. Here's the thing.
They're impressively tanky.
I'm expecting the Army box to be more like the Sisters box was 2 years ago than the Black Templars box a year ago.
By the way, we got the new Kill Team box in that
I saw.
it's not available to purchase until Saturday.
What is it? What is
The
it?
Nakamund.
Nakamund?
Nakamund, the actual Nakamund box.
What's in it? No, what's in it? Oh, just terrain. Okay.
And elves and it's got elves and
Oh no! There's another one.
it's just a terrain box.
Yeah.
Shut up and get the box, not D. What, me? Dude, Gene Stealers are good, but like they're okay, so here's the deal, right? Gene Stealers and their mom, the brood mother, have the unique ability to they can forward advance, they're forward deploy.
Yeah.
Whatever. And then since they're relatively tanky, you can take a war gear to give them to improve their save by 1, but it decrease their movement by 1 inch, which doesn't fucking matter. You sit them on an objective, you give them infestation node, and every command phase you can regenerate a couple of units if they're within range of the thing. So they just defend the absolutely living crap out of it. Downside is they don't have a shooty, but you do get a free HQ out of it, which is the Broodlord. Not free, doesn't take up the battlefield slot, but still like 300 points for like an ideal.
That's perfectly
blob.
for 2,000 point army.
Yeah, well, I just don't care. There are other things I want to play with.
Fair enough.
That being said, though, yeah, if you want something to take an objective literally round 0 and keep it, yeah, they'll do the trick. But you don't need more than 10, because unless you're having multiple detachments, which you can get away with just having 1 battalion in a 2K list because it's funny, you're gonna need to actually get another Broodlord as an actual HQ slot, which is really valuable at the Tyranids.
Okay.
So I don't need more than 10. So I don't know why I would split the box with you.
Because there's 10 in the box.
I already have 8.
Well, you need 10.
No. We'll see what happens when it releases anyway. It's probably going to be like a year.
September. I just said this. September.
I wasn't paying attention. You think I listened? I don't listen. You know what these ears are for? Detecting biomass. And you were spitting words about the future? Who gives a shit?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about, Heinrich. We're really excited about.
No, he's really excited. Don't even wrap me into your fanatical nuts.
We, as in the royal we, are excited of the royal we.
What's that?
It's simple. We, as in I, not you, peasant.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Who buys a box of mounts that doesn't even have transfers?
Doesn't have what?
Doesn't have transfers.
Transfers.
Transfers. Water slide transfers.
What is that?
It's insignias. Your armies don't have insignias. They're just big dumb bugs.
Big dumb bugs. Yeah. I need to borrow. Can I borrow some? Okay.
Second container down. Second. Count from over there. 1, 2.
You always count from the left. That's how math works. You fool. Oh, I was actually referring to plastic glue. I have snippers, I think. I had snippers. I need these anyway. You're such a lovely individual.
Yeah, land train. You know what
Land
would
train.
be nice to see is if they actually are able to use the old vehicles they could, because they have squats and say a land raider where 20 of them can pile out of that thing, because you can fit more squats in things because squats are compact. So that's the whole thing. It's like, are they going to be using old vehicles? Are they going to be? I mean, obviously they give them all new vehicles. I'm just excited. I just want to see what they can do. I'm so freaking hyped for what they do. The one model is of one of them looked like he was sitting there in like the power armor, the classic, stacked up power armor. So I want to see what vehicles they have. I want the land train so bad. I really want them to do land train. What is that?
The whole cereal.
I want to see the land train. I want to see them do the giant fortress. I'm gonna go stupid when I get these models too.
I really hope that. So, like in my mind, I'm just imagining this like genuinely advanced technological race where they're actively trying to improve their stuff, and they do some like funny shit where either they have like a stratagem and it's like they use like a different ammo pack or like they literally throw their fucking gun and it explodes because they know how it works, and some cool techie, quirky techies.
I definitely want to see them play differently than any other army.
That would be the dream, right?
Yeah,
see,
I mean, see them
get something that's truly unique, as opposed to like Gene Stealer Cult 2.0. It's like, what the fuck?
Well, yeah, I mean that's the whole thing.
That would suck.
I mean, it's the whole thing. They could play like, I mean, you got Marines, which are good at everything but not masters of nothing, but are pretty much like body-wise some of the best standard bodies in the game. You've got the Custodes, which are all high-end super elite. That's not squats. Not squats.
The fire and the power of Tau and then the melee of the space. Well, that's just too powerful.
But,
that's just too much.
But that's the whole thing.
Unless you made it like the list of the Custodes, and it's like.
Well, no. Here's the thing. You could make it the melee like the wolves and the fire power of the Tau, but you got to find a way to temper that.
Ooh.
So
what if you had like straight up squat engineers, and if you have like the infantry near your big fuck off machine or whatever, like when they're close by, like they have like an aura and like it makes the machine stronger, and then like if it dies, like machine is like, oh well, now I can't do the funny thing. Well, now I hit on 3.
There's a couple ways you could do it, because that's the whole thing. You could have the squats where they're like the Tau and that the guns are really strong, but they're 4-ups to hit, so they're like the Tau, but they don't get marker lights. But the difference is they have easier ways, like they get rerolls when they're by vehicles.
Devin's watching. Hey, is Devin watching? I have a question for you. Oh,
no, you don't want to have him play like AdMech. Now, you look at AdMech. How does AdMech work? AdMech plays with a lot of like variables. Like AdMech's whole thing is, we're going to alter your stats and fire at them. We're going to fire weapons at you that don't care about your stats, that are just going to do like Volkites and whatnot, just going to do mortals. You could do like the elves that have like the Drukhari have poison weapons. You can have the shuriken weapons that the Eldar have that basically get extra AP when they hit better.
They're shuriken weapons?
Yeah.
That's
like
silly.
they're guns that shoot like.
Okay.
Yeah, they're called shuriken catapults or shuriken cannons. They're basically giant flechette guns. So what I'm expecting the dwarves to be, I'm expecting their melee to be short range guns. Like everything will be short range guns.
But it's like a shotgun.
Yeah, but it's like like their best troops are going to be like breachers. They're going to be 18-inch range, but everything hits like cannons.
Oh, please I want them to have like a pistol. It reads like like 632. It's like, excuse me.
Yeah, like they would. They'd have like a plasma pistol.
Fuck yeah!
But it's a plasma pistol that they don't need to overload to be better.
Dude, that'd be so cool.
Yeah,
that'd be so fucking.
So it's the whole thing, and the thing is, the dwarves are also known for being fearless in combat. And like one of the things I was talking about with Ray about, because we've been talking about a lot, like one of their melee weapons being a power pick. Because there was classically one of the melee weapons they would have was like a high-tech mining pick. So how about a mining pick that negates the bonuses given by dense cover in melee? I don't care. I'm just going to drive right through it. Guns that ignore cover. Guns that ignore dense cover because they power right through it. You don't want to do the whole... You don't want to go the whole route of the Tau, which rely on lots of AP. So a small amount of AP, but really strong weapons, but really short range. That was my thought. They have cannons, but their cannons are fairly short range compared to other guns. They're like 24-inch cannons or maybe 30-inch cannons. They're really devastating, but they got to get up in your face to be usable. And if you try and engage them, then they throw their dudes at you. They're all out there with these picks that rip through armor. They only do 1 wound, but they don't give a shit about your armor.
They have like reverse flamers where you have to roll to hit, but they auto wound.
That would be something like a lightning cannon.
I
have to roll to hit.
That'd be good.
I have to roll to hit, but it automatically wounds. That would be a really cool weapon. And that's the kind of stuff I want to see out of them.
Something different.
Just give them a way that they play.
And bring the pain train back.
Yeah.
I want to see something literally just truck through a bunch of units, deal mortal wounds, and then just kind of leave like nothing happened. I want that. I want that so bad. And it has to be infantry or something. If you truck over my Turbogon, so help me God. I'm be fucking
I'll laugh.
Dark. It's like, that was my warlord!
Ran him over.
Was idiot. Like, God.
I tell you right now, if I do get one of those
playing to the last.
I tell you what, if I do get the pain train, if they bring it back and I get one, I'm gonna put a USB speaker in it. So that just no. Okay, he's rolling to hit. Press the button. So yeah, I want to see.
Have too many of these. This is
I really want to see them. I want to see them play differently. Like they're going to be a shooty melee army, so they're going to be like the Marines in that respect, but they should be different. Less damage, maybe less attacks. But when they hit, they rip through stuff. And their shooting should be shorter range, but really strong. Maybe not armor piercing, but it's always, everything they have is just punch wounding everything. And their psychers should be like old school psychers. So instead of it doing like really like normal stuff, have them do like more random stuff. They're like, I create a bouncing ball of energy and it just bounces around the field. It crashes into stuff. What? There was an old psychic spell. It's called Psychic Inferno or Psychic Tornado. You would have a psychic focus and create a psychic and every round you roll a scatter die. It would just run around the board, returning things, delete things that ran into them. Could run into your stuff, could run into theirs. Didn't matter. Just ran around the board, just deleting things.
And for like the whole battle, or just like a round, or what?
The whole game, rest of the game, it's there.
That's really funny, but like, what the fuck?
Well, you can use a psyker to go, I make it go away, and you had to make a roll.
Oh, because it just kills whatever?
Yeah, it just kills.
Oh. so like, you better turn it off round, like the second round, because like, oh, is this coming back?
Well, and that's the whole thing, is a scatter die. You never know where it's going to go, because it rolls a d8, so it could go anywhere.
Wait, so you could just literally cast this thing, and then just kill the unit that spawned it?
Yeah. You roll badly.
Some dumb shit. I gotta use the restroom.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be the thing. There would be the hilarious thing. Watch the squats be the army that brings back templates. That would be hilarious. Blast templates. That would be a lot of fun. Again, make them play differently. And that's my goal. I just want to see them play differently. But I was talking about this with people in my normal chat. Like, I'm all in the Tau right now. Everybody knows I'm all in the Tau. I'm actually working on my list right now. I'm working on some models for them. I'm loving the new paint job. I'm putting these guys in my newest list because I'm going to try and overload on crisis suits. But as soon as they're squats enough for an army, everybody else is getting packed up, and the squats are becoming the boys. Squats are coming to play. I don't care if they're good, bad, or indifferent. I'm playing squats. They are going to be my boys, my big boys. Yeah, I mean, I kind of miss the scatter die and templates, so I think having the squats play with more random effects would be kind of funny. You know, if you've played back in second edition, give the squats the bouncing grenades. That would be hilarious. The bouncing grenades or the void grenades. Everything dies right there. Doesn't matter if it's yours or mine.
Sorry, I'm yelling at your cats. That's going.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the whole thing. I'm trying to paint Commodore's terrain as we're working on it right here. I'm also trying to get together my my girls for Age of Sigmar, those crazy looking claw girls you were looking at earlier. Those are my Age of Sigmar demons. They were the ones that were here, the pink ones. All the pink dudes.
I didn't look that closely.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, not really. I was kind of absent-mindedly.
Yeah.
I guess Tina wants you to play AOS.
Oh, yeah, she does. I'm supposed to be playing Ben this Saturday while Shannon's at work.
I'm curious to...
I'm going to be playing some Age of Sigmar.
I'm curious to know how different AOS is from 40k. Because you can Deep Strike turn 1, which I'm guessing is disruptive.
Yeah, but it's not the same. Like, there's not as many ranged weapons, so it doesn't work the same way. Because Deep Strike and being able to shoot is great, but I can Deep Strike. Oh, I got dudes here. Okay, well, you got dudes here. What are you gonna do? You gonna run up and hit your swords? You gotta run up and get to me. And you better hope you win initiative, because I'm gonna do it. And then next round, you better hope you win initiative again, because you roll for initiative every round.
Yes.
So every round, you could go or they could go. Every round is different. So you could you could have them go, then you follow. You roll for initiatives, then you go, and then they go.
What? Oh, forget it.
Because you roll initiative every round. So if you win it and then you lose it, then
you lose a turn.
Well, no, you'll get your turn, but they get 2 turns in between your 2 turns.
Yeah, which is really bad.
Yeah, it is what it is.
But there's no shooting?
There's some. I mean, there's bows. If you got units of bows. I don't.
So there's essentially no shooting.
There's not a lot.
Weird. Persistent is spelled with an E, not an A. You fool!
You're talking to a man that speaks a different language base.
I'm so sorry.
He's in South Africa.
Now I feel bad.
I mean, he speaks English fine, but double turns do suck. Yeah, there are persistent spells.
Snake girls. I need to... Snake girls?
Shannon plays snake girls.
Whoa, there's snake girls in AOS.
Oh, yeah. You should see the big queen snake woman. Figures like this tall.
I have something to look up. Just need to
Marathi.
Move foot from mouth. Shut up.
Let's look up Marathi.
AOS snake girl.
Just type in Marathi. Seriously.
No, AOS snake girl. I still got it.
Huh?
Oh, fuck yeah.
That's Marathi.
Dude, whatever. Dude, she's enormous.
Sexy snake girls. Yeah.
Is this the same reason why I refuse to play Sisters? Because I'm just going to spend the whole game just like... And I can't do that to myself. That's just
her. She's the boss. She has lots of them around her.
Oh.
Her entire army.
Yeah, I expect nothing less.
Well, no, her entire army is nothing but angry girls.
Banned. Hell yeah. And probably because he was too busy staring, like I would be.
So
I'm controlled by my dick. It's not good.
Hey,
what?
This is a family show. We say penis.
Okay. It's like, first of all, it is. Because if it is, I need to get yelled at.
Yeah. So we're looking forward to squad. So
what do you mean? Yeah, is it or isn't it?
Kinda.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Anyway.
So yeah, so I'm going to be playing Age of Sigmar, but I mean, I'm expecting. I was saying this earlier. The army box that releases for them, I'm expecting to be more like the Sisters army box, where it was just an absolute boatload of figures. I know somebody who got that initial starter box, Tina. Tina, when you got that Sisters box, did they have a copy of the Codex in there, or was it just figures?
Wait, that reminds me. I'm gonna get the Tyranids Codex just because the book is pretty.
You need to carry the Codex. You need to be able to play.
I don't need to own it.
Yeah, you do. You should at least own the book of your one army that you play. You should own it. It's the right thing to do.
Support,
There was a copy of the Codex in there. Okay, so that'll be interesting. So
picked up two of those Tamiya panel liners, black and dark gray.
Oh, I love those things. I got a copy. I'll show you. Tamiya panel liners. I use it on this thing. This was just painted white.
Towel bullshit.
Yeah. This was just painted white. And then I took the Tamiya black panel liner and just ran it over the lines.
Wait, do you have any, I think I probably asked you this already, but do you have any spare railguns? I want to kit bash my exocrine.
Spare? Probably not, but I probably could print one.
Oh, fair enough.
I mean,
we'll have to talk.
I printed one.
Oh, nice. Because I really want to put one on my exocrine. You're really silly.
And they ended up changing it immediately. That's probably true. I got the brown one, which I really like as well. I've been using that for using it in earthy tones. One of the things I'm going to be doing when I get my League of Volton figures, especially their vehicles, I'm going to be using a lot of oil washes on them. I've been experimenting with oil washes here and there, and sometimes they're really good with the effort. But the last set of models I tried to make them more clean. So just using panel lining and actually almost no wash at all, just panel lining and then doing some layering of the colors on the panels, and it still looks really good. I think when I get my League of Voton, I want to use oil washes and weathering powders. I got a bunch of stuff that I got from AK Interactive, so I can use some of their streaking grime and some of their oil stain and some of their intake wash and some other stuff. So I know when I get that first vehicle, once I get it built, brother o' mine, I'm going to probably come by with some of this stuff and sit down with you and go over some ideas. I'm going to have to also settle on a color scheme for them, which I won't be able to do until I know what I'm looking at. Because, again, we don't even know what the vehicles look like. We've seen exactly one freaking figure of this army. It's making me crazy. I want this army so bad. I want this army so
not even
bad.
A reality yet. And yet I can already hear the pre-order.
I mean, if both the kids haven't moved out by then, they're either being sold, or at least a couple organs of theirs are being sold, because I'm going to get a whole lot of their stuff.
Now, can I make use
of an organ? Sure. Of what?
I think I can make a use for a kidney.
Yeah, I mean,
worst case scenario, just eat the damn thing.
I mean, chili's always an option.
I don't know. Is it worth it?
Chili's always an option.
Chili's always an option. I mean, that's going to keep you fed for at least 2 or 3 days.
Have you seen the size of my kids? We are not small people.
Well, okay, but you gotta shave all the fat off, and then what are you left with?
Bacon. Yeah, that was the other thing. It didn't look good. They haven't been putting anything on 25s anymore. I mean, even all the new Eldar are on 28.5s, so those mid-size ones.
Take that back.
So, yeah, the only thing that you're keeping on the little tiny things are the little tiny dudes.
All the Tyranid troops.
Yeah, basically,
because they
dogs
have 1 wound, T3, and a whole lot of place where they need to be dead.
The tower's still on 25 millimeters.
What, the crew?
No, regular Tau. Normal Tau dudes are on 25.
Dudes with 3. Oh.
So but yeah, it looked like he looked like he was on a 20, if not a 32. He looked beefy. He looked real beefy.
I touched my eyes.
Well, that was dumb.
After touching your fucking cats. That was a mistake.
Well, you should go talk to my wife about getting some
I'll be okay.
pink pill.
I'll be okay.
And then he said, pink pill.
What was that, for my dick or something? Sorry. Penis.
No, it's the one that the anti-allergy pill.
I'll be okay. Thank you, though. Dude, after two drinks and a Benadryl, I'm going to pass out.
He's like, I'm going to be fine in about 10 minutes when I was like, It's gonna look like Will Smith out of Itch.
No, it's just gonna be really
Are
irritating.
you allergic to shellfish? I wasn't aware of it.
Pretty sure I've seen that movie. Oh yeah, Hitch. Yeah. That was a good movie. I like that movie.
Yeah. Before he was hitting people.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, I got this. I bought a file set from the Home Depot, I think, and it's got a bunch of files, and it makes me happy, and I really love it.
It's very nice. How much was that?
It was like $10. It was a pretty good deal, and it comes in all kinds of shapes. Granted, one of them is way too coarse. Don't use it. You will slice right through your fucking model.
Yeah,
This is clearly meant for like metal or like wood at the most.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, it's very potent.
You want to
nice.
you want to use jewelry files normally?
Nah, but this works though.
It'll work. $10.
$10. It's $10. Whatever. Well, that was a fun game of word analogy. What is he talking about? The guard are still on 25. Yeah, they better be.
Yeah.
You're telling me the regular ass dudes with a flashlight can't be found at 25 millimeter?
Well, I'm saying guard on 25, Fire Warriors on 25, Gods are on 25s, but Eldar are on 28 and a halves.
That's a. Okay. Also, the Commodore says he has some files for you.
From what? Are we talking?
Excuse me. Oh, that.
Are we talking files, or are we talking
data sheets,
files,
or SCLs? An important distinction. It's all on the context.
Oh no, for not D.
Yay! Show you, coward. I'm not sorry. I can't.
Have you met him? He doesn't know how to be sorry.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'll make the argument that I do, but you have to really get into me like a serious headspace. I'm not there right now. We're talking about plastic. All right, fuck off. Sorry, heck off. My apologies. So how are you?
I'm fine. I'm painting Karak stone.
That sounds pretty hot.
So
I would love to have some files. What?
I just need to know where he got them from because I need to get some files because all my files got ruined because somebody decided to play with them.
Gotta get the child in bed. See you on Saturday, D. Who is Tina?
Tina.
Thanks.
No, Tina's Tina. If you've been at FAC and you met her, Tina's Tina.
Which one's Tina? I don't think I've seen any women play 40K.
No.
Yet.
Lady D is now offended.
Sorry. Which reminds me, we need to play a game sooner than later.
Yeah, but
bring your stuff on Thursday.
She can't hear you.
Lady D.
Leave her alone for now. Talk to her after the minute.
All right.
We talked about squats. We talked about
we can talk about what it means to diversify your. I'm not sure we've actually met yet. I don't think we have either. I've definitely been to FAC. Granted, not that many times, admittedly. I don't think we've met. I'm sure we'll meet.
Are you working Saturday?
I have no earthly idea.
Well, if you're not, you're coming with me.
Okay. Well, honestly, I could probably make that happen.
Because I'm going to go there after dropping Lady D off at work. I'm going there to have my demons fight elves.
You're coming with me. How many? Nurgle?
No. Sexy demons.
Slaneshi?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm learning.
Learning.
So yeah, Yeah, icky demons are Nurgle. Angry demons are Corn. Confused demons are Zeech.
Smart demons are Zeech.
Smart demons, okay.
Because they know all the secrets.
Commodore asks, what time are you going?
I'm dropping off Lady D at like noon or before noon because she's 11. I'm dropping her off at 11.
I work 2 to 9:30 on Saturday.
All right, well then
That's a fat yikes.
You suck.
That's a fat yikes for me. And it looks like the only other person that I could potentially, well, oh man, I'd have to.
No, go to work. It's fine.
Well, I really don't think I can convince Brittany to trade shifts with me. She'd have no, that's gonna happen.
All right, about it.
Damn, I want to meet Tina, whoever they are. I want to meet more fellow humans that play Warhammer 40k. On Saturday, FAC has something at 6, so the gaming side will be closed. What? Like, close the gaming side?
Well, yeah, because they normally have remember there's still a restaurant / pub.
Why? That sucks. Wow.
Because that's what actually pays our bills.
Oh, for real. I mean, that makes some sense. Considering that the GU is like woefully underpaying all their employees. So I'm so glad to hear that somebody I know is trying to look for a way out. It makes me very happy. It's like good because you deserve to get paid more than what you're currently getting paid. You're a good guy. He's raising a kid, and you know what you need in order to raise a kid? Time and money. And he's got one of those things currently. Well, not really. He's not unemployed, but you know what I mean. You mean to lean back so you can get better lighting?
I really don't like GW's Citadel base brushes.
Oh,
they suck.
I completely forgot.
This thing is terrible.
Diversifying your army.
Yes.
Okay. So, in order to explain a little bit. So, after the fight that I had with the White Scars, and I tabled them but still lost, which, fuck, dude. That really hurts. I was like, okay, so maybe I should actually learn to play the objective for once. So,
I mean, that's the point of the game.
All right, listen. I'm learning. It's a learning process for me. Bear with me.
Okay.
Play nice. You can't do that, can you?
I can.
Okay. I'm keeping the Biovores because they're funny. Which all they do is set an objective and then either shoot spore mines out onto the field, which I actually want to focus on doing because clearly they do way more unique stuff by actually launching spore mines as opposed to just dealing mortal wounds poorly.
Yeah.
I'm going to have a bunch of HQs, which aren't super relevant, but so I'm going to have the Tyrant Guard, which are bodyguards for the Swarm Lord, who's like 220 points, really good. Well, I'm kind of debating whether to actually have her be the not named version, just so she can get a gun. But it's kind of an up in the air issue. Then we have the Neurothrope, which is like the Super Psyker, who then has bodyguard protocols with the Zoanthropes, which are also Psychers.
It's a child.
They're also Psychers, but they're not nearly as good, but they smite funny. Allow me to explain. For each one, whenever they do cast a Witchfire or a Smite spell, when they get +1 to the test for each model in the unit. And if it's a Smite, they deal +1 mortal for each model in the unit to a maximum of 3.
Okay.
That and they have like a 4-up save, and the Neurothrope is a 3-up save.
Okay. Okay.
They're really good. They don't die, and I'm perfectly content.
How many ones they have a piece?
Like 4 or 5.
Okay.
And and the Neurothrope during the psychic phase, whenever you deal mortal wounds during your psychic phase, you can regenerate up to 3 wounds in total across your Zoanthropes or Neurothropes.
Nice. Okay.
I am absolutely fine with playing to the last and using my Zoanthropes as one of them. Hey, say you did well, my man. I'd rather table and lose than get my ass handed to me and win. I mean, you. The point is that I have a way I can learn from this. That while yes, it went relatively well, part of it is because my opponent couldn't roll dice for shit. Like, he should have been able to kill my Hive Tyrant, but he just couldn't roll. But yeah, I did win, which is cool. But I can do better. Okay.
And he's still learning.
And I'm still learning. I'm really learning.
He's still very new.
Yeah, I don't know anything.
And he doesn't play 40K much.
No,
The not knowing anything is just him.
You don't play nice, do you?
No.
Don't eat plastic bags, you crazy cat! I don't have anything to throw at it. Ah! Yeah. All right. Anyway, okay. Here's the thing that makes this list significantly better than my 1K list. That was literally the Apocalypse list, which I had no intention of playing to the objectives. 2 gargoyle units. A gargoyle is a troop, and it is a 12-inch movement.
Yeah.
18-inch flesh borer, assault 1, 501.
Yeah.
511.
They're little flying zone throws. Not throwing throws.
Termagants.
Termagants. That's right.
Yeah. They're really, really fucking fast. They have a 6-up save, which kind of hurts, but they have a stratagem that makes them significantly more defensive. That when they're engaged, you fire it, and then the bad guys, they get a -1 to hit, and they can't reroll hits.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool. So when you're playing to the objective, you throw the gargoyles on there, and then they get like alpha strikes or whatever. You can just fire it off and be like, "Please don't die! Please don't die! Please don't die!" It's actually kind of cute. So having 2 of these, you can actually play to the objective a little bit better. You expect them; they're basically just faster termagants. They take the objectives so that the other guys have time to get there. I fully expect them to just die. But I want to play Leviathan.
Okay.
Because Leviathan funny. Also because Slynvoda, Leviathan. What else do you need to know? So for those of you who are unfamiliar, Slynvoda is the Magic the Gathering card. That is my favorite card. And it's just a big heck off Leviathan. And I love it. So I have to play the Leviathan Hive Tendril for this. Also, the Death Leaper. Do you know anything about the Death Leaper?
You told me it was terrible.
No, it's amazing.
You told me it was terrible.
Well, 8th edition rules, it was really sad looking. 9th edition rules, it's actually absurd. So, hold on. Let me get the page. It's so funny. So first things first, it's a named unit and an elite. So you can only have one. It has a bunch of funny stats, but the important part is it has deep strike, but it has to be within 6 inches of any battlefield edge or a terrain feature, which is to say,
he hides in the building
anywhere. And then 9 inches away from enemy models. Blah 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 blah. Oh, and then when you charge, you can re-roll a failed charge this turn. It's already a lot better. You can slap on the Shard Lure stratagem. So if you shoot it with a Synapse unit, of which I have a ton, because of course you do, you can have it roll 3d6 of the charge roll and discard the lowest, and then re-roll that, which on a 9-inch roll gives you 77% chance of landing the charge. It's even better when you have other stuff. But anyway, you have a bunch of other funny stuff. So like you -1 to hit against it. If it's receiving cover, it can't be the target of ranged attacks of 12 inches away. There's a 4-up invuln, and then normally, so 4-up invuln. While it's within 6 inches of an enemy unit, that unit can't perform actions, so it just takes objectives and then ruins any kind of secondaries they're trying to do. It fights first every time. You can give it a freaking warlord trait to give it obsec.
How many wounds does it have?
7.
Okay.
T5. One more. While it's in engagement range with a model, that unit cannot be selected or affected by stratagems your opponent uses. I think it's really funny. It has 7 wounds, T5, 4 up invuln, and it's 90 points. The thing costs basically nothing. Deep strikes, and then it can charge relatively easily. And then if you play Leviathan, and you know that you're going to be doing charges, you can hyper adapt and give you +1 to your charge rolls, and that number spikes up to I think something in the high 80s. I can't remember what it is offhand. Death Leaper's so funny, and like, oh, dude, it's so funny. It's so funny.
Your definition of funny and my definition of funny are two different things.
Well, okay, it's
I don't
funny
find
for
that
me.
I don't find that funny. I find that efficient.
Okay. Well, okay. If it's extremely efficient and does the one thing absurdly well.
Yeah.
The only downside, is obviously if you fail the charge, it's just gonna shot off the table. And honestly, you know what? For 90 points, I think I'm willing to take that risk.
Yeah.
Well, 90 points on the end of Warlord trait, which kind of
it's much better looking.
It does look really nice.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome. I also think it's really funny that you can just literally just dump it into your backline, and it's like, you know what, screw you.
Are you going to use the Parasite of Morax?
Mortax? It seems like a very quirky enemy or a unit. Have you looked at it?
No.
I don't think it's that good. However, there is a stratagem that's really funny. It's called Inflating Strike. Somebody just sent me a text. I don't care. Moving on. It's a fast attack, which is nice because a lot of other fast attacks in the army are not incredible, with the exception only being the Trigon, the Moloch.
Commodore, you're absolutely right. I think it's great to see somebody super pumped for their army as well. I'm actually really excited because I haven't seen anybody excited for an army like this. That wasn't me.
Mortex.
Whatever.
I'm correct. Anyway,
Whatever.
Sorry.
I've seen people get excited at times. I mean, Lady D was really excited about getting her Yanari units put together.
Sorry, Mortrex. My apologies.
Whatever.
Sorry.
It's a flying penis.
Yeah. Pretty close. I'm a flying ovipositor if you want to be slightly more correct. Okay, so here's the quirks of it, right? Willing to cause your opponent to lose obsec is also really powerful. This is true, but you have to. Okay, so the biggest thing is this movement of 16 inches and it's a flyer.
That's huge.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not even that right there is worth its points.
Well, actually, that's a really good point. How many points is this fucking thing? Heckin' thing. Parasite, it's 80. Okay. All right, hold on. It's 80 points.
Sounds quite good to me.
Okay. 80 points. That means a lot more. All right, 16. Is it a monster? No, it's infantry. Oh, it's synapse. Okay. I'm already getting turned around on this fucking thing. All right. 2-up weapon skill. S5, T5, 6 wounds, 6 attacks, 4-up save. Okay, and it has Clawed Whims, which is going to be a 5-1. All right, and the Ovipositor, which is a 6-1-1 with a lot of text. Parasitic Infection, see below. Each time the user fights, it makes 1 additional attack with this weapon, and no more than 1 attack can be made with this weapon.
Yeah.
See, it's that fact that bothers me, because if you miss with this thing, then it's just fast attack.
Yeah.
With some mediocre attacks.
No, it's not mediocre. 5-2-1, 6 attacks. That's good.
I guess the AP is really big. Having 2 AP.
5-2-1 is great.
Solid. Okay. Then there's a bunch of parasitic infection attacks. So each time attack is made with this weapon successfully being the ovipositor, whenever it wounds an enemy unit, excluding vehicles, which is a bummer, because you really would like to hit things with a lot of wounds on this thing.
Dudes have a lot of vehicles. Dudes have a lot of wounds.
What dudes?
I don't know. Jet bikes?
Can you imagine infesting like something obnoxious like a Magnus?
Yeah.
just Ripper Swarm popping out of his shoulder.
Yeah.
Like, ah! Okay.
He's not a vehicle.
No, he sure isn't. So whenever an attack was made, successfully wounds an enemy, which I'm assuming it implies it deals damage, not just makes the wound roll.
Successfully wounds. So you make the hit, you make the wound, and they fail the armor
They
save.
fail the save. They have to fail the save. Okay. As soon as it suffers one mortal in addition to anything else, and becomes infected. The start of your opponent's command phase, which feels like a really easy thing to forget. For each enemy unit is infected with parasites, you must roll a d6. On a 1 to 3, they suffer d3 mortals and no longer infected. 4 to 6, they suffer d3 mortals and become infected and remain infected. When they take 2 or more mortal wounds, you spit out a Ripper Swarm, which is I think it's a single model. Yep, 1 Ripper Swarm model. Does not require reinforcements points. Also, while a unit is infected, it loses OBSEC, which is pretty big, but why don't you just give the Death Leaper OBSEC? And it has, and it takes the priority of 5 models with OBSEC, not 1.
That thing sounds amazing.
Well, that's a Warlord trait. That
No,
gives
I'm
it
just
that,
saying,
but
no,
still.
this dude.
And the
As a
Shadow
man-
Hunter, each time an attack is made against this model, subtract 1 from the attack's hit roll, and the hit roll cannot be re-rolled. Okay, that's
great.
pretty cool.
It's a
6 wounds,
great model.
Death from above, and then Death from above. You can deploy it. You can deep strike it. Whatever. And then after you deep strike, you can re-roll charge rolls, which is really cool. Here's the funny thing, like the real meme funny thing is one of the stratagems, which is called Enfolding Strike. Let's see if I can find it.
Sounds terrible. You should never buy at least 3 of them.
Well, you can only it's named. So you can only have the 1.
Oh, it's named?
All right, I have to double check.
You look at it to see if it's unique.
Let me double check. Okay, use it. It's 1 CP. Use a stratagem in your movement phase when a parasite of Mortex model from your army finishes a normal move or advances. Select 1 enemy unit, the parasite of Mortex model moved across during this phase. Roll a d6. 2 to 5, that unit suffers d3 mortals and becomes infected. On a 6, it just takes 3 and becomes infected. Oh, you can only hit 1 enemy unit, but it doesn't require to do the dumbass attack roll. You skip the wound roll, you skip the fucking armor save, and you just infect something.
Yeah,
which is funny.
I don't understand how you would think this is bad.
Okay, it's just the stratagem that's really funny. It's just the only problem.
There's nothing bad about this thing you put out. Check and see if it's unique.
Okay, I'm pretty sure.
Because if it's not named, if it's not a unique, you get 3 of them. I would run 3 of them. Have Ripper Storms popping up all over the board. That'd be hilarious.
For the record, Ripper Storms are really pathetic.
It's not a matter of them being pathetic.
It's not unique.
You can have 3.
It is a character. Oh god, it's a character. You can give it Warlord traits.
Yeah.
Oh no! You can just give it a 5-up, feel no pain.
And because it's a infantry, if it has somebody in front of it, it can't be shot.
Oh no! Oh no! This unit's good.
Yeah.
But it feels so memey. Okay, but here's oh my god. So on it, that's the thing. You have to re-roll the ever living snot out of this poor thing, or you hold on a second. I double check something. If you can give it, if you could give it adrenal glands, you could just give it the seer hive, which just means every hit is an auto hit. You skip the wound roll. That'd be really funny. Yeah, you think I should get some, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, yeah. Well, like the Commodore said, you just command re-roll it. And it's like, well, first of all, you can't command re-roll. Well, okay. Here's my take. If you're gonna take this model, granted, I have basically no experience, obviously, but if you're gonna take this model, you have to very, very specifically pick what the hell you're going to infect.
Yeah.
You can't just because if you pick something with an invuln, you're going on an uphill battle.
Right. You're going after things with OBSEC.
You're going after something with OBSEC, but you also need something with a fair number of wounds in the first place. Because if I remember correctly,
it affects a unit, not a model.
Oh my god, you infect the whole unit? You infect the whole unit? They only affect the model. That's why I thought it was so bad. It's like, so you hit it with the ovipositor and the troop just dies. No, you do the whole fucking unit?
So it's got 10 guys in it, huh? It's got 10 wounds. It's got to chew through.
Oh no! You couple this thing with the Death Leaper, and your opponent just doesn't get to play the back objectives anymore. Message retracted. Dude, you couple this.
Yeah.
Oh no!
So now you need this.
You couple this with a Death Leaper, and that back objective is mine. Oh,
And the middle
no.
middle objective that you're fighting over for Stranglehold,
It's gonna be covered in Termagants.
and they don't have OBSEC to fight against it.
Termagants have OBSEC.
Right, but
Oh yeah, but they're yeah.
but let's say they kill a bunch of Termagants.
Shut up, Frost. So what if he did?
So someone just realized one of the most important skills.
I think it was the whole
40
unit.
One of the people in this table just learned one of the most important skills in 40K.
OBSEC.
No. Read the whole freaking entry
Okay.
before you make a decision.
I thought it said model.
Well, you were paying attention. Like, it affects you, huh? Right?
Wounds an enemy unit. Unit suffers
Unit.
and becomes infected.
Unit.
Start of the,
Unit.
oh my god.
Unit.
For each enemy unit. Oh my
Unit. Unit.
god. That's too good. Okay. So because it pumps out Ripper Swarms, I just want to point out how bad the Ripper Swarms are, and also I might need you to print out some Ripper Swarms.
So here's the thing. I don't need to know the stats of Ripper Storms. You know why? That's not Ripper Storms.
Because it's literally flavor text.
No, that's not what they're for.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's not what they're for.
What it's bodies?
On an objective.
No, they're not troops. They're not
They don't
upside.
have to be. The guys that are infected aren't OBSEC either.
Stop misspelling my name, Frost. But also, yes, I played Magic the Gathering for quite a while, and also that got drilled into my brain. So now I have to re-drill into my brain.
So,
but also learning like all the different terminologies within.
So
40K
okay,
is different.
so basically what you're doing.
Ripper Swarms suck ass, but they do have 4 wounds.
That's okay. So in other words, they're good.
6 up save.
So they have 4 wounds. So in other words, they're good. So in other words, what they do is you take OBSEC off a unit on any objective, and then you start popping out Ripper Swarms to take the objective away from them, because neither side is OBSEC, so it just means to have who has more bodies.
You could just give this thing a freaking 5 up, feel no pain,
Yeah, there you
no
go.
problem.
Mm-hmm.
Or just make it your warlord like an
And they're
absolute
free.
hooligan.
And they're free.
What are the swarms?
Yeah.
Yeah. The swarms are definitely just kind of like flavor text.
No, they're not.
Well,
They're bodies.
they're
They're bodies on an objective.
okay. Just admit that they're not good bodies. Don't say it doesn't matter. Just say they're
It doesn't
bad.
matter. They have 4 wounds.
Okay.
They're actually good.
They have 5 up hit.
They have. Who cares? You're not using the hit. They have 4 wounds. 4 wounds means I shoot at you with a group of 5 Marines, and I probably kill 1.
They have a 6 up save. You're gonna kill like.
But it
2.
has 4 wounds.
Oh, that's right.
4 wounds.
Yeah, it's
4 wounds. Good. Say it with me. 4 wounds. Good.
It's T3. You're gonna be hitting. You're wounding on
4
5s.
wounds.
Alright.
Good.
What is 2/3 of 2/3? 4 9s less than half. Jeez. So even if you're hitting on 3s and wounding,
You're winning on
if
3.
you're hitting on 3s and wounding on 5s, which is better. Well, whatever. Oh my god. Yeah. Well, I don't care who started it. I want it to stop. SL. Sorry. Let me spell it.
Fine, we'll
the
call him
phonetic alphabet.
Call him Voda.
Sierra
Voda.
Lima India November please. What?
Voda.
Okay. Victor Oscar Delta Alpha.
Nerd.
Yeah. I mean, you're in the military. You probably know the
I'm not in the
better than
military
me.
anymore.
Well,
See.
you used to be. You probably still know it better than I do. Most people play MSU tactics. Just 2 swarms is more of a presence and objective than most of
Yeah.
your opponent's units. Well, that's why I'm using Goyles, because you know what Goyles do? They only got 1 wound apiece. At least they have OBSEC and 12-inch movement.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah. The 12-inch movement's a good part of them.
Yeah, and they fly. Really good.
That's good.
Just yeet over objectives. So you can probably get the center objective, no problem.
Yeah.
Probably. right?
And then
Yeah,
after
there's
you-
always 12 inches between
and
you
then
and your opponent.
and then after you wound,
So-
and then after you wound somebody, you start popping up rubber storms to back them up.
All right, fine. I'll get the parasite. Get your stupid parasite. I guess.
I might know a few things about 40K.
Oh yeah.
So-
or you can either give this thing a final field plane or obsec, and not just obsec, but the obsec that counts as 5 units or 5 models. Dude, Tyranids are slabs. Wait, Tyranids are cracked. I know the lingo. I'm hip with the kids.
If you were any less hip, you'd be all torso. All right, so
That's it for today's stream.
that is it for today's stream. Now that we're at
It
9
makes Slim
o'clock,
cry. I gotta go.
I have now achieved the whole of my goals. I have painted on a model. I have talked about squats, and I've made Splin cry.
I got a single vertebrae ready to go. Well, you didn't paint a model. You painted terrain.
I said I painted on a model, and a terrain is a model.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah. I guess it is. Yeah. Whatever. Somebody's texting me.
I don't know. Who's texting you?
I think it's my family. Who needs them?
Ugh.
I'm just kidding.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. If my family is watching, I'm so sorry. Also, they're not watching. They don't know I'm here.
What's blander than oatmeal?
I don't understand. Is that a rhetorical question?
I don't know what he's saying.
I
He's
don't
probably
know.
making a Commodore joke.
I'm scared what the answer is. I don't want to know. It's gonna be something to my.
That being said, it is after 9 o'clock. We were actually over time on our normal stream time.
because I'm here.
So
I make the stream longer because I'm too
I
stupid.
want to thank everyone for showing up tonight. I want to give a big shout out to my man Heinrich Botha coming over from South Africa. My buddy G the Hyperstatement coming in from Australia. The Commodore, Frost and Fist, Lady Tina Raven. Who else we got in here? We've got Skynox. We've got my big brother, the amazing master modeler, Alex Drake. We gotta have some other people here. Commodore is my lovely niece in this chat because she is a big smooch to you, my dear.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think I misgendered you, Commodore. I thought you were a dude. I thought you were a male. Sorry. What? You just said niece.
Yeah, I said I was asking Commodore is my niece in the chat with him.
Okay.
But you were right if you misgendered Commodore as a male.
But you did still screw up though.
No, I didn't.
Let's not take away from that.
No, that's fine.
My
We got
apologies.
Cheetah Hypersapien. We already talked about him. Lady D, who's probably doing her thing. Ben Carrasquillo was in here earlier, but he's in here now. And Casey's coming in just as we're closing things up for the night. So I want to give a big thank you to all of you. Casey, I got your chats over on Discord. As soon as we're done here, I will do some more talking with you about 3D printing, my friend. Thank you so much. Big love to all of you. Remember, keep rolling them dice and keep spending those CP to re-roll those ones into more ones because that's the way the game is meant to be played. And until we see you next time, game on.
You gotta do this more often.